Hello everyone and welcome to a new episode of Disco Elysium. Last episode we hit here the coast, the fishing village, and we find a new place to live. We find Andre and his partners that they want to be enterprise person. Yeah, they want to create drugs to actually be able to create a club on the church. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Let me talk to you.
The shaggy-haired girl kneels on the sea ice. She looks up as you approach.
So you talked to my associates, right?
I'll help
Are
you.
you going to help us?
Yeah, I'll
With the
help you,
church?
alright?
Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya?
Your
We've been
associ-
waiting for weeks here.
Your associates tried to use me to set up a drug lab. I'm guessing you knew of this plan.
I did, and I'm sorry. For what it's worth, which isn't much.
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquency.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine are idiots, but they're mine. I tried to talk Andre out of it. I even tried not to lie to you.
Indeed, she merely tried to omit the truth instead.
Should try harder. Misleading a cop is no joke.
I know. I should have been able to control them, and I will in the future. I promise. May I ask, what did you tell them?
That I'm going to decide after I look into the church situation.
Oh, right. That's wise. Take your time.
The tape recorder lies on the ice like a discarded toy. Pick it up.
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo, Omicron, adorns its yellow plastic cover. Inside, the tape is rolling. The girl looks at the device in your hands.
I'm sorry you have to sit here on the ice feeling miserable. At your age or at any age, in this weather, waiting for it to get dark.
She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount of makeup.
The people who build this world intend it to be better for you, but they fail. It is easier to live in the failure with this by your side. Tap on the tape recorder.
The wind howls. She remains silent. It's real. Tell her.
It is not a childish fantasy. It can be real, a weapon against what's coming for you now.
What is?
Nothing. If you got this, don't be scared.
Okay, I'll stick to it.
Something changes between you two. She looks at you differently now. As an equal. A fellow human being.
So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Maybe I can return it. What's been eating you, officer?
You said eating me? There's nothing eating me.
Come on, I can tell. But, okay. Be a boyadero about it if you want to.
I guess there is something that's been making my life hell.
What is it?
People just keep putting their selfish interests ahead of the greater good.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no one understands that something you got to make sacrifices for the sake of progress is all very distressing.
So, the thing that's been eating you is the slow pace of social progress?
Don't get me wrong, I'm all for slow and steady progress. I just wish people would be a little more reasonable, is all.
Okay. So you're not that upset, it sounds like.
I told you, I'm highly distressed by this state of affairs.
Uh-huh. And you're sure it's social progress you're distressed about, and not, I don't know, some chick?
Now that you mention it, I found these letters I thrown in the trash. They might have something to do with it.
Okay. Why'd you think that?
They were written in a woman's hand, and oh boy, did reading them make me not feel good.
There you have it then, chick trouble. Not political after all. Who was she?
I don't remember.
Really? You seem to be pretty upset about this chica. Are you sure you don't remember anything about her?
Yup, next to nothing.
Wow, man. That's some pretty strange shit. Are you sure the letters were for you?
Yeah, I'm sure. Why would I have react so strongly otherwise?
How come you don't remember, though? Is it like some selective memory thing?
Wait, what do you mean about selective memory?
Man, when I get hurt, I just want to forget that shit, you know? That kind of selective memory.
I think it's more about me getting unbelievable drunk and completely erased all my memory of this world.
Yeah, or it might be that. This one time I did so much booze that I forgot too.
It's obvious she's done more than booze.
Yeah.
Or it might just be some psych bullshit, you know? Königstein wank.
What is Königstein wank?
You know, The psych thing they've got going on there. Rich people like it. People in Königstein are mostly rich.
Yeah, alright, I had some question for you.
Sure.
Come, let's leave. Let's go to the third church. Yeah, pre-opening that talk, thankfully. We are going to church, but let me explore all the area. So I want to be sure I'm not missing anything here. Kim doesn't want to talk with me. Okay. Let's go here, the way down. And let's get inside the church. And let's see what they are missing here. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with Andre. You feel a shadow of a very large building fall on you. Those TPUs in the shadows many seem to be missing. What do we go here? An altar shrouded in dark or something like that. Too dark to tell. And you have money here. Pick it up. Yeah, you leave money here. It's all mine. And here the sign reads same burn in level 44. What else do we have here? Have anything here in the back? This map is gigantic over here. Okay, what do we got here? More money. Okay, no. Let's go back. Let's go to the church. Yeah, I need to focus because we don't have too much time before it gets dark, and we have to at least explore half of this island. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that, but let's give it a try.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Open the padlock with the key.
The lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
Pull on the door.
As you do, you hear the echo of the doomed commercial area, its black holes and dusty machines. Then the feeling passes. A great whoosh of air rushes into the dark innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum in the heart of the city.
Okay, that doesn't sound pretty nice. What the hell? Okay, this is beautiful. I love that stuff we just saw. A strange still feel you as look ahead. You should walk here, not run. Nah, meh. More focal lighting pattern you saw outside. Bark beetles? No, it looks intentional, some long forgotten style. Come, what do we have here? The grotesque wooden figure looks half finished. Feels like it's trying to become one with the church. Okay. Let's look this one. A prayer book has been left open. A blackboard is filled with complex equations and look on recent. A bowl filled with water, a live wire runs directly into it.
The silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
Wait, I think I still hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums, it seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow, if not blotted out outright. Truly unusual. You can hardly hear your own breathing.
Yeah, as loud as you can.
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers.
Stomp your feet and clap your hands.
You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total.
Turn to Kim, what's happening?
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head. Then he leans closer.
Can you hear anything?
Almost nothing, and he's beginning to worry me.
The church just has strange acoustics, some engineering trick.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is.
Whatever it is definitely real. Something odd is happening around us.
The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him tense up next to you.
Look up into the bell
The
tower.
orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Okay, let's give it a try. Ah, we got it. That check you couldn't retry, so it's because of this that we can't hear anything? Or is something
It's like
about the
there's
acoustic?
something moving up there. A shadow has emerged from the tower and it's making its way toward you through all the other shadows.
On the ceiling?
Yes, the darkness makes the ceiling feel infinitely far away.
Follow the shadow movement.
It's not a shadow anymore, becoming more substantial as it gets closer. The shape of an animal descends.
Officer, is there something up there?
The lieutenant followed your gaze, attempting to see whatever it is you are seeing.
Oh no, you've lost sight of it. Where did it go?
Blink. What the hell?
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight at you with dark eyes. Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
Tiago. Let me drop a save. Let's finish exploring all the stuff. Yeah, before we do something. What is this? Paint threshold. And this one replace what? Oh no, I like more drama too. Frost has drawn flowers into a glass obscuring the view. A figure drawn on the frost on the window, depicting a deer. Yeah, well, I will talk to him, but let's first explore all the area. A cracked pane of glass, colorful. I'm saving because I don't know that it's going to trigger or do something. Spider spoon its web around the cave pillar. I don't know what is going to happen, so I want to be careful not to ruin it. Okay, empathy +1. And what shoes I have right now? I have boots. Perception 1. No, the perception. I have a lot of empathy. Okay, we have anything else here that I want to explore before I talk to the dude? No, we can't talk to him. So let's give it a save and let's go. Hello, man. How are you?
The shadow is a man. A man made of the same stuff as the carpentry of the building. He is studying you intently.
Hey, who's there?
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
That accent is Villalobos, a peninsula in Mesk and a district in Jamrock. There's a sizable contingent of Villalobos-speaking Mesks in Rivershaw.
What right place for? The right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality.
Yeah, the lieutenant hates drugs.
Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Shish.
I'm a policeman. I need to talk to you about the police things. I don't know anything about alcohol use.
Oh yeah, sure. You don't know anything about alcohol use. You got it all under control, Way. I could smell the control all the way over here.
I'm doing just fine, thank you.
I know it's hard to admit that you got a problem. I was like you was. Couldn't take an honest look into my own heart and see I was in pain.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
For some reason I feel like you have a point there.
Don't trust me. Trust the mother. I'm only the messenger, Holmes.
Okay. His voice echoes in the color on the church.
This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
He says gently on the beams, waiting for you to take it all in.
You have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Is he just trying to throw you off your game? 'Tis not an act, my liege. Save him perchance, he hath deceived his very self. This man is a zealot.
Do you know where the other spooker is? Point out the strange machines around you.
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
This introduces that the old lady is pretty studios. I don't know. That study too much.
Viaita is grandma.
Yeah. Wait, so there is another person living in the church and it's a viejita?
No, I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
Wait, what if it's Ruby?
Yeah.
Did it ever seem to you like she was hiding here from something?
The lieutenant seems to be thinking the same. He takes out his little notebook.
You mean like a fugitive?
He glances at the abandoned radio computer on the other side of the nave, pulsing with light, and then he shakes his head.
No, man. Quite the opposite. I don't think she cared much about authority or anything else for that matter. Maybe only about her machines.
I see. And where is she now?
I told you, Holmes. I don't know.
Hey, how can you not know that when you both live here?
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests.
So you got nothing else to tell me? How she looks, how she does, how is she?
I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Did you just climb down from the church tower?
Sure did, Holmes.
Are you human? You weren't moving like a human.
I am. At least in part, Holmes. Until the mother's love burns away the cruel distinctions of the body.
Oh, well, at least you're a human. That's a relief.
Glad you're feeling more comfortable. First-timers are always nervous.
Okay, I have another
The
question.
sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
What are you doing here?
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there. A way out into nothingness. This church was built around it. For purposes of veneration. I circled it. Nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
Who is this mother silence you keep talking about?
Oh, that's no simple question, Essay. She is a cavity in the dark, beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
What will happen when you drink from this
I
perforation?
will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, I won with the state of the world before reality began.
That sounds a bit like substitution behavior, no? You know a thing or two about that.
How you even find this place, this church?
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was. Been spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, eh? It didn't belong to me.
Are they yours? Show them the scrap on the shoe you find lying
I
around.
think they were. A long time ago. I had to shed them like skins to get closer to the center of the silence. You could have them. I don't need them anymore.
Are you sure you didn't just switch on one drug for another?
It's not like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Too gleeful, those words. He is lying. Not to you, to his very own self.
Faith is a kind of drug?
I heard that before, Way. And I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night?
A couple
There are
days ago.
drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
I think love might have been my drug of choice, and I think I'm still hangover from it.
She took you for a good spin, huh? Don't worry, bro. That love is but a drop compared to the ocean of the mother's love. The mother will eat all of you and never spit you out.
I guess you have a point.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it. I know it will take time.
I still
Don't
don't
sweat
understand
it.
what you're doing here in the church.
I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
It doesn't really make sense for you to sing if she's the mother of silence.
I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of silence we're talking about. It's the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, But fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
Okay, right. I
The
have another
sinewy
question.
figure lingers on the wooden beams, blending into the shadows.
You've been here a long time. Do you know why the church was abandoned?
Police raid a while back.
He responds, his voice suddenly flat.
Did you witness it?
Not really. Or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Some rebels want to turn this place into a nightclub.
The ones in the tent outside, right? I see them. Think they scared of me.
So, do you think about the nightclub? That is.
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Okay, thanks. Okay, so let's continue exploring the area so Andre can move here. We will talk to him. What do we got? A portable Harmon WoW sheet tape recorder. It is possible recording something? Yeah, I will go there, I will. Some see poking electronic current from outside into this antenna. Yeah, I'll go there, I will go there. 2 decks of reel-to-reel tapes spinning on empty. Let's drop a save and let's interact with this machine.
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
Another radio computer. And this time it's already turned on.
You seem cautious around the machine?
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like. Let's be careful.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Yeah, but this machine looks like the one in the Doom commercial area.
It's also quite similar to the one we have down at the station. Must be the same model.
Inspect the machine framework carefully, not touching
A
anything.
quaint little box of radio waves.
Wait, let me just investigate a step behind the
You
computer.
see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard.
Oh, it's the
hatch
same.
Connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped
Look inside the
glasses.
compartment.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March.
Yeah, press print.
Nothing happens.
Let me save before I
The
press
machine's
play.
keyboard,
Press play.
the speaker comes to life. Static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic drive.
Ah, it's again here.
An old lady greets you.
Good afternoon. Votre accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
It's the same old woman you spoke with through the radio computer in the doomed commercial area.
Yoban, it's me again. How are you?
Good, thank you. Please repeat. Is this the personal log?
I look inside the core, but the tape of the filament just said log Febmar.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. There's no use trying to guess the answer. Maybe he knows something.
Okay, I don't know the password.
Proceed. Votre accident. Is there
Dang, but I'm
anything
finished.
else I can do? Good.
The machine's keyboard.
Yeah, let's talk to him. Oh, Kim got interested. yeah, I'm super curious. Talk to him.
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Have you by any chance heard the viejita say the password to the radio computer?
Too many times, Essay. You need it for something.
Surveys are a good way to fish for personal information, especially in the name of public safety.
I'm doing survey passwords and passcodes to identify regional trends in the interest of public safety, of
Don't
course.
sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death. What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña when I hear it.
Okay.
I think we're done here, Essay.
The figure crawls into the darkness
That
above.
was an interesting conversation. However, I'm still not sure whether we'll find our suspect here.
We're exploring, man. This is an RPG. You need to know. To explore.
The machine's keyboard.
Press play.
Good afternoon.
Uh,
Votre accident en Saint-Brune.
Okay, let's try again. I think I may have the right password for the personal log.
Good. Please
After a live death.
repeat the password. Good. I have unlocked the filament. After ending the call, please press print to access the filament. Votre accident. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
Okay, thank you.
Goodbye. Votre.
The machine's keyboard.
Print.
The printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal.
Read the
The
printout.
first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church. The door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout over your shoulder. Just as you finish reading, he looks up, muttering under his breath.
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
Do you think this log might be connected to a case?
Our case? No, I don't think so. It must be some local eccentric.
Read the secondary entry.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity.
Read the third.
7th of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
Yeah, read the fourth entry.
8th of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simo for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers, but at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmer might just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
A data loss?
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
Are the programmer Lexi who are all those
Her
people?
friends? Colleagues? She must be quite educated if she knew how to set up all this machinery.
Read the fifth entry.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
Read the sixth entry.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
The lieutenant looked to his right over to the silence. Read the seventh entry.
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the Swallow is real, and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence, with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
What could it be? Look at the water basin behind
The
you.
lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples.
Okay, A entry.
March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, but now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music, one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
She must be describing herself.
Girl on the ice? Sounds like her, yes.
Okay, 993.
March 51. I got a call from the repeater station. Someone has tried to access the radio computer in our old office in Martinez. Can't do anything about it. The storekeeper still doesn't want to let me inside the building. Thinks I'm part of some kind of curse. How Martinez of her.
Oh, that's me. I was the one who broke into that radio computer and the storekeeper must be placing.
I knew it wasn't a good idea to meddle with the machine.
Read that entry.
March 51. A new 2-meter aux cable. Noodles. Crackers. Ping energy drinks. Water. Toothpaste. Gum. Also some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening. A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Oh, hello, lady. Yeah, this is going to be a big mess. But it's okay.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
She glares at you and she holds down the off button for the several seconds the machine reboots.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
We're looking for a suspect murder investigation. We thought they might be hiding here.
No one's hiding here.
She barely looks up from the keyboard. You hear the machine whir back to
It's
life.
just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
Okay, let me save and let's check this out. This is the only stuff I'm missing and talking to her.
In white, silver, and apricot
It's
faience,
beautiful. This painting
the
is
young
beautiful.
mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. A
Yeah,
dark and radiant majesty.
you're seeing here the lungs. You have here like a king or something with a crown and something in his hand and a city. Fortunately, it's broken and you can see everything, but it's pretty cool. I like it. I like it.
This is her innocence, Dolores Day.
Oh, Dolores Day.
Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
Kneel.
Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass.
Close your eyes first.
The world is silent, but for the creaks and cracks of the massive wooden structure behind you. It covers you from the wind outside. The ocean feels distant, its ebb and flow blocked off by the centuries-old pinewood sarcophagus around you. In the darkness, you sense her eyes on you, inspecting you with their multicolored glass, as if you're a bug under a microscope.
Open your eyes.
The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse? She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. You.
Compassion.
As that soft word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder.
Do the same as you get up.
Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
This is Dolores Day.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records.
You knew of the place?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Ravachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago where only animals had roamed before, in the wild reeds.
What else do you know?
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Setsa, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find the instigator here. Something else, perhaps?
He looks at the machinery like, not wrong.
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism?
Yeah, I was going to ask
A
her.
pang of guilt? The lieutenant is leaving something.
Better not intrude upon.
Cold air seeps in through the crack in the glass. The woman is keeping her colorful eye on both of you.
Yeah, let me drop a save.
The mother of humanism
Let's get a try.
stands above you.
You may retry, so let's give it a try. How did you know this was the mother of the humanist?
A crack runs across the left. It's a mystery. A mystery sprinkled, despite the damage you've done to yourself. The title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
Wait, what's actually an innocent?
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world's spirit.
A ruler.
More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate innocent rule should it coincide with our time. An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office.
Is one in office wrong?
No, we are alone.
Okay, when did she rule?
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi.
Was there something terrifying about her?
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But terrifying, it's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
No, was there something bad about her? I want to know.
You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day, constantly surrounded by her terriers. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state.
Okay, she started a war.
There were the resettlement programs.
What happened?
The Mesk state tried to detach itself from innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity.
Okay. She did something wrong. She harmed people.
Suggesting those who fight against it are not part of humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb in icons such as this. She was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacific. Mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her. This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Officer, you've stood there for over 5 minutes.
The lieutenant counts both echoes in the call of the church.
What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
No. I'm not going to yell war criminal. She's beautiful.
That she is. A great sacred piece. I wonder what we are doing here, however.
He takes his glass off to clean
In
them.
this church, I mean. The coast in general. We shouldn't linger. This isn't a good place to get lost in.
Okay, let's leave. Let me drop a save. Let's do a visual calculus.
Humanism stands above you. A precious and a jigsaw of
Oh,
broken
next to
shards
it, okay.
falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one. And a text. A light motif below them
What
both.
shattered this mosaic?
Unknown.
Who is the older woman?
The escutcheon on her throne says, Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden rights apfel in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the queen her innocence day advised. Above, she herself is
Okay.
small figures of wise men, common men. Worshippers walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret servicemen, 30 years, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail.
So sorry if I'm not talking too much, but it's super interesting that the story of Dolores Day. The motto, what it does to say.
Below both women, in luminous black letters, Après la vie, mort. Après la mort, la vie de nouveau. And then, along the left side, Après le monde, la gré.
Okay, I don't
After
understand what they're
life,
saying.
Death. After death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif of humanism, a summary of the effect of the discovery of this isola, the Insulindian, on human thinking. A tremendous sea change akin to finding life.
Okay,
after
let's tell
death.
the lieutenant what it says.
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
What is the RCM motto now?
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
I like the other one better.
So do I.
Okay, step back.
The mother of humanism towers above you. A wax painting.
Yeah,
on
I have to
pane
ask
of
him, are you
glass.
follower of Dolorianism?
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are Dolorian in origin.
Let's try your chin
The
first.
woman looks by in silence.
I think you
smiling
were, you didn't
enigmatically.
wear a spiritual.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The Dolorian system does not demand faith, only accordance.
Okay. Wow, that was super interesting. I love it. I love this game. This game is so good. Okay, let's talk to the lady.
What is it?
Nah, I didn't break anything, did
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
I? It doesn't look like a big loser to her. Sorry, but who are you? What are you doing here?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
She turned back to a terminal.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager.
Hey, have you seen the man living up the rafters?
Nope.
But you know he's around. He's seen you.
And?
Okay, it's probably not a big deal then.
No, you're right. I'm not.
Hey, have you seen anyone suspicious? A woman named Ruby?
What? No, no one's suspicious around here.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
Why are there so many machines in this
I
place?
brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
Why would you need an antenna?
I use the AR1 as my RAIM prefix processing unit.
I don't understand.
RAIM prefix is my radio computer.
She explains. And the antenna it is processing
Yes?
unit?
You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
Not really.
All right. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna.
And the R1 is a good antenna?
I guess it is. So far, I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieux dedicated to that sort of thing.
You like buying any
She
technology.
liked telling you this. It calmed her nerves.
What are you doing with the radio computer?
I'm working.
The machine seems almost alien with its pulsing core, the light casting her face in a strange shadow.
Working on what?
Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
What about those balls on the water
They
over
are
there?
connected to my rain prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't move them, okay?
Short and terse. There you have it. Whatever she's using them for, they're hers.
Okay, I will try not to touch or anything. Next
Great.
question. How do you feel about Nordic dance music?
What? I hate it.
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Same here, it just doesn't connect here. Not like disco does anyway.
Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music.
Right, but how do you feel about a club for a Nordic dance music?
This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What do they want to
Take
build?
a guess, why don't you?
I heard they also plan to build a drug lab.
Bingo! That's exactly what they're up to.
Wonderful.
The lieutenant whispered, admiring the embellishing pillars and the spectacular architecture in the church.
Now this house of worship is also going to be a drug lab. Always something fascinating happening in tents.
Say nothing.
So that's settled. Great. No nightclubs in the church then.
What are you doing in an abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
I need to make sure you're not hiding anyone here.
No, I'm not. It's just me and the... I'm just doing some research.
What
That's all.
research?
I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Wait, what?
Yeah, what?
She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said.
Ah,
The
okay.
lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
Is the hole connected to data loss in your journal?
Yes, that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that.
A hole in the world, does that mean? Exactly.
Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing. What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
Suddenly absorbing the conversation, waiting for you to
Easy.
answer.
You measure it by the world around it.
You measure it collecting the data on his surroundings on that which exists.
Exactly. Very true. That's what I've been aiming for. That's why I have those basins. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins. But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
That's all I want to know about the scary 2mm hole of the world.
Great. Thanks.
Okay, right, I'll let you work in peace. Okay, we're done here. Yeah, we don't have anything else here. Now let's go all the way up and yeah, let me talk to Andre and say no drug lab, man. You have a crazy dude up there, and the lady is working, and she's doing something legal at least. We want to do a drug lab. Okay, let me drop a save before we go to Andre. Oh, the awful music.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
How about the charge? I check it up.
And?
I took to
What
the shadow
happened?
club, begin climbing the beams, and a man living on the ceiling.
Oh man, the crab man you mean? Who is he? What did you think?
Seem okay, to be honest. Very spiritual.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Just preaching of prayer and praying from the looks of it.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem? Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we gonna do about him?
He keeps himself physically active, thinks spiritual thoughts, and doesn't drink. Who I am to evict such a person? As far as I can tell, he's not going to leave. He's climbing around up there, and guys, you'll never catch him.
I dunno, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice friendly hyper time?
You're just going to have to live with the crap
I
man.
guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light.
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did
I
you
was-
see her?
I was using the mainframe when Suna, the former lead programmer of Fortress, accident appeared.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
Yeah, she didn't like the anodic dance club idea.
What a pity! That's my favourite thing in the world! And
Yeah.
she doesn't like it at all!
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam and into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
She made it pretty clear that she won't leave until her own project is finished.
And you can't just evict her?
Hey, no, I wanna be her. We have become up with a different solution.
Look at you! On
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist! Coexist!
at least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like anodic dance music?
Yeah, let's lie. No. She absolutely does not. Really, truly despise it.
Egghead cannot believe what she just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
Perhaps if you drop the drug lab, it might be easier to convince her.
Oh man, but the drug lab was like an integral part of getting the club going.
For me, it was my favourite part. Chemistry's great. Besides, imagine all the drugs we could do if we had our own drug lab. I mean, anodic music is great and all, but drugs, they make you feel really good. When
Yeah.
did you last feel really, really good?
I don't have time to feel good. I'm very busy officer on the law.
Pull out that stick, lawman. You'd absolutely love drugs. They'll make you feel transcendent.
I refuse to throw her out, but I can try to convince her to proceed with the quest.
Excellent. Good luck, my friend. Goodbye, officer.
We will come back to her probably tomorrow. Tomorrow in game time. I don't know in what video it's going to be. Let's continue exploring all the island. Let's try to talk to her. Okay. Let me try to talk to a woman. I hate leaving secondary quests that I can do immediately. But let's give it a try. Let me save because I don't know what is going to happen.
Yes, what is it?
What if you didn't have to leave? I talked to Andre, he wants to make it work.
I don't want to make anything work.
She replies an expression in change. Hold on, you don't want to make anything work?
Yes, anything. I don't want to make anything work.
Alright, got your message.
Good.
Convince her to cooperate with the ravers. Yeah. 83%.
Easy. When her research is done, she can move out.
Listen, about your research, you mentioned earlier that it's not going very well. Maybe I can help with something.
What? No, I don't really need any help with the project.
But if you could help you finish the project, then you wouldn't have to live in a church next to a boom boom anymore. Just thinking about it.
She thinks about it. A glassy look in her eyes. A gust of wind brings more snow in from the broken gallery. It touches her hair.
Alright. Bring me the game's offsite copy from my old workspace, if you really want to help. It's stored on a filament memory, and I'm unable to go and fetch it myself.
What is on the offsite copy? Now, why do you need it?
It's a backup of my former employer's project, the radio game we were working on. It's stored on a filament memory, just like the one inside this radio computer.
She points to the glowing globe inside the machine.
The backup itself is destroyed now, but I'm hoping to use what's left of it to pinpoint the exact location of the anomaly. You just have to go to my old workspace and get the filament.
Hold on. If it's called an off-site copy, then why is it still on site?
If it's called offsite copy, why is it still on site?
Oh god, not this again. It is not on site. It is in the basement. Perfectly safe and not connected to the front at all.
Basement? Sounds like it's technically still on site.
And no, taking it outside the building wouldn't have protected it from the data loss. There's nothing wrong with keeping the backup in the basement. What happened was a freak accident that has nothing to do with how the backup was stored. We clear?
Okay, yeah.
This is clearly a painful topic.
By
for
your
her.
worker, you mean the
She
studio,
must
the
have had to
fortress
explain
accident in the
herself
Doom and
numerous
commercial area?
times.
Yeah, that's the one. You can get in through the bookshop. You just have to do some explaining to the bookstore lady.
Actually, already been in the Doom commercial area.
Good. Then you might know the giant ice bear fridge in the building's cellar. The filament is inside the fridge.
Ah,
Just go
okay.
and get it.
And where is exactly the offside
In
copy?
the giant ice bear fridge. I just told you. It has red glowing eyes. It's impossible
Yeah, I know.
to miss.
Alright,
You
I
just
go
need
for
to get
the
offside
offside copy.
from. Thanks. And here's my Qualsund multi-tool. You might need it to hack loose some ice. It opens everything. If you get me the offside copy, then you can keep the Qualsund.
It hurts a bit for her to say this. She's not too happy to be parting with the Kvalsund.
Okay. Yeah, we will go there this night. And grab the copy. Okay, so we got an agreement with the woman. And I think this is a great spot for leaving this episode, so we will continue exploring then the rest of the village in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you like it, give a like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Bye bye. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on my social media. See you on the next video. Bye bye.